and like add it to the end of the URLs. But the first thing we want to make sure is, and this is like portraying the whole sign up flow with the params for the contest. So we got to make sure that that still works as expected. So basically, I know this is going to be hidden somewhere here, but the competition to join is somewhere here. We got to make sure that all the register buttons here, all the sign up buttons are working as expected. Um, let me keep a list. Should have created a template. Um, why part's not really important. I have no idea. We just need to forward these parameters when we're signing up. So sign up will send an event with this parameter. So we want to make sure that params are reaching backend basically. And I'll explain like the scenarios. Test going to sign up and make sure competition to join is fine. Test UTM when going from a landing page. Sign up. Test UTM when going from not really important right now about login page to sign up. Test going to sign up with all sorts of UTMs missing and with no UTMs. It's bunch of tags like you see UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign, UTM content, and so on and so forth. Okay, so first thing first, when you come to this page, if you have the UTMs, it'll log them here. So when you're testing, and I'll show you how to test to make sure that when you're signing up, this thing actually apply. But once you're done with that, when you're testing this like 100 times different variations, like you don't need to test it that much. You can just make sure that they appear here correctly. And like, don't worry about what's like what the contest is, right? It can be different things. Like as long as they're like strings like this, we're fine. And then just to make sure, so like if I, for example, remove this part, we're not really expecting to have any UTM params. It's two scenarios. One scenario is if the page that you're coming from has UTM, like for example, if I'm on this page and I come here through sign up, you'll have these things and it'll show it here. Also, if I like refresh this page, for example, or like, you know, if I, let's say, if I grab this and then I go to Google and then I come back, like it'll still have it. And then the other scenario is like, if I'm on login and I have all those UTM params from here, hope I typed that correctly. And then I go to register, register will have them again. Like on login when, actually, let me do, you can't. I'll give you the URL. You'll manually put it there. It technically they get generated when an ad for this appears on Facebook. When you click on that ad, that Facebook will add those things. But like we don't really. Well, you can go to Instagram and keep clicking, and like if you click on the advertisement, it'll show up, right? But you don't need to test that. Like I'll give you the params that you can add to the end. Let me see. Okay, test going through, test this, test all sign up buttons on landing page. And we got to make sure basically whichever one was going to add contest to join does add the correct contest to join. And then whichever one didn't defaults to icon. And then if you had UTM params, good. If not, then whatever, right? Like for example, if I remove, well, actually, the only important one is the UTM source. If UTM source is not there, we will ignore the rest. And let me confirm that that's the case. So like, for example, if I remove the UTM source and I go to register, well, how did that happen? Oh yeah. Um, yeah, that's fine. That grabbed it, and if I refresh on this page, yeah. So it was fine that I was moving the source and like it didn't have it. That's fine. Um, we don't care about the case when UTM source is not there, right? Like if UTM source is not there and the rest don't show up, fine. If they show up, also fine. We don't care. But what you can test is like, for example, if I remove the UTM medium here and I go to sign up, it'll have everything except the medium. And then if I refresh, it still has everything except the medium. Well, like if I don't have the UTM source and like I refresh here, you see like it doesn't grab anything, and that's intentional. It will grab it when I came from here, and that's just a quirk of the code. We don't really care. That's not really going to be a scenario where source is not there, basically. So you don't need to concern with that. Um, am I missing anything? Am I missing anything? So can you please do me a favor and review this? I'm gonna review it right after as well, but just to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy.
Okay, send me the PR.
Yes. Um, uh, send this to Calypso, and then I'm gonna hope this is already deployed so I can show. Yes, I'm gonna demonstrate. Well, first thing first, let me invite you guys to. I'm gonna add both of you to Twilio segments. I'll explain. We'll start doing some more tests on Twilio segments, but for now, I'll explain what we're doing. So let me see how this works first. Carlos. Sure. See, I don't know if that's gonna work, but let me know, Carlos. And then we're logging in at app.segment.com. Let me send it on there. You should be, well, you should see an email. I don't remember what happens after that, but you should see an email. I'm gonna send an invite to Philip. I don't see if Philip is here or not, but you guys can
Philip
try
is
to
here.
explain. Okay, perfect. Philip, you'll receive an email from something called Twilio Segments. Yeah, well, and like these things, Carlos, like once we're done here, basically, let's see if we can test this at lightning speeds, and then we'll just push everything together. Oh boy, I didn't merge this yet. Not that. Just realized that I didn't start the request. So I'm gonna merge this in just, oh shit, wait, let me see. Keep origin staging. I'm gonna merge this in so it'll start processing. If you
Okay.
spot anything, just let me know. Did you add something here? This is
Oh
worst time for the conflict. Do you remember what was that of it?
no, I removed what is it the for VIP? I removed the social
It's for
sign in
VIP.
social log skins in this, or I added. Which specific screen is this?
This is the
Hmm.
login and sign up form.
Yeah, because when I moved the, let me check the previous PR you just approved.
Let me
Uh,
see.
it's the one.
Wait, the one that I approved, the 8639,
No, it's one less than this one. 92.
is for VIP. Um, which file is this? I see that this guy is also removing. No, this is the form buttons. Okay, let me look up 92. 92.
They updated the form buttons.
Yeah. Um, login and sign up form. I see you updated the form social buttons, sure, and then form buttons, sure.
And I removed the props that I don't need.
Am I blind? Let me see. Is this? Okay. Login with Facebook, login with Google is for VIP is gone. Um, why is this for VIP gone?
It's moved to a different button.
So this is still a flag, right? That exists.
So I'm doing it internally to the new component. Go up the other way, up to the top.
But where do you get that?
Go to the top. There, I do it in here.
So this gets it.
Hmm.
But who, like, where do we provide it from?
There.
This is just saying it's for VIP, but what is this is for VIP?
So it's a parameter that we're receiving in the login. So like we're showing certain social buttons for VIP only. Remember the sign in is shared
Wait,
between.
am I tripping? No, so login and sign up form. This is the login and sign up form params, right? Where does that get
Yes.
modified? I don't think you modify that. At least you don't modify it here. This is line 467. Let me see.
I think the changes I've made might cause conflicts, right?
Well, not on these buttons. Did you change the params of login
Yeah,
and sign up form?
I removed login with Facebook and login with Google.
You didn't touch this. This is where I made my change.
Hmm.
Might be
Yeah.
type is there. Is for VIP is here. Class name is here. Um,
Did you branch
this
out
is
of staging?
I did, but I before your pushes. Okay, it looks like the same. Just gonna accept current. Anything else? I think this is it, and then. Shit.
Oh,
No, sorry. God damn, I don't know what to do with this. I branched from
oh.
prod because Justin said initially we're doing prod one.
Yeah, I think that
Um,
issue.
so I don't know if that page is fine actually.
I think the issue
Oh,
is because we branch
oh
from
yeah,
prod.
yeah, yep, you're correct. Let's see. So this is accept correct.
Are we not gonna break stuff?
Um, what do you mean?
Are we maybe not having new functionality in staging that
We
is
are,
still gonna
we are.
God?
I don't know what to do about it, my friend. I asked Justin, hey, you said be careful yesterday. Don't push after cutting. He was like, I don't know what to tell you. You're losing me $100,000 a day. I was like, cool. Sounds about right. I certainly do that. What was changed here in staging? What the hell? Nothing was changed here. In my break, I don't think so. It's like a fairly safe-ish push, but we'll see. That's why, like, we'll thoroughly review it, right? Just to make sure while guys are testing it. The good thing about this is very isolated. It's isolated to a very important part of the app, but isolated. The only thing is, guys, just to make sure, so we're done with staging. Besides my mess, we're essentially ready to go.
Yes.
I've
Just
I've added, I've moved the social buttons to the top. Did you guys see
Yeah,
my
you,
message?
you guys can test that while we're waiting for this to get deployed, because I need this to be deployed before. Well, also make sure you have the thing. What is it called? You can access that analytics website that I mentioned, but besides that, you can test Visayas fix while I'm trying to figure out this launch.
okay.
Um, was I keep saying Visaya? I just realized. Calypso. Calypso,
I said
you should have the PR. I speak and then I think today. My apologies if I get the names wrong. Yeah, we should have. I already merged it in, but let's start reviewing that just to make sure we're not doing anything ugly. This is not important. That if type sign up part, Calypso, it looks ugly, but the only thing I did there essentially is on line 602, I'm passing the UTM prompts, and then I put it inside of the if statement, because that thing shouldn't be
okay.
called for sign in anyway.
Let's I see that you have moved the buttons up, but if I see on Figma, uh,
There's no Figma design, sorry.
Sorry?
Yeah, no
There's
Figma designs. Ignore Figma
Okay.
for now. It was like last minute change that they said it's absolutely important, so we just changed
Okay.
it on the fly.
Okay, it has a Figma design effect in the ticket. I just see that in Figma for the when we enter email and password. So for the other part, not Google or Facebook, I know it's a bit different. Or just moving the buttons, that's all, and the rest should
I think
stay the
Justin
same.
also asked to remove 2 bullet points, if I'm not mistaken. If that's the part you're talking about, that's fine as well, but let us know.
No, the part is that below continue with Facebook. The other part that we log in with email address. In Figma is shown only the field of the email address, and then it's the next button.
Oh,
And
no,
then
no,
in this
that's a different ticket. That
okay.
one's not in yet. Yeah. We
Okay.
just have to do this intermediate step before we figure out the other one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh boy, I have a crap. I think I have a link issue somewhere. Mm, Jesus, trying to figure out what to do with this. I didn't realize it does it on the fly. That worked. Mm. What I missed. Calista, quick question. I don't know what to do with this. I typed it based on this, but here it's passing both, so it's kind of messing up my types. Any idea what can be done? Because this is typed like this. Damn
Uh,
it.
So sorry, what's the issue?
Like this is basically saying that if this is login, this is optional, or like I used to say undefined, so I don't even need to pass it. And then if it's sign up, this is like UTM prompts. And then here in login and sign up dialog, this is kind of passing it dynamically.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, what if I do? Well, that's, and then I pass this, who cares? Okay, that works. That works.
I think, but it's gonna print out these values as empty, right?
Um, like the just the console log,
Yeah, to the
or
console log.
the console log is guarding it. If it's only console logging on sign up.
Can you not just put an empty object instead?
Mm-mm. No, this one is typed to actually have all of this, even though if it's undefined or not. Except the
Or
issue now
just type
is
remove the entire object and type undefined, maybe. Will it not
no.
work?
So like on the other side is this is typed as UTM prompts. I used to have it undefined, except that when this is since this is doing both, that doesn't work anymore. The
I think you can do a generic on the JSX, right?
what do you mean?
Put a generic on the component and then specify the type of the
It's already
generic.
doing that. It's doing this. It's just like when I'm passing it from the other side, this guy, it doesn't know is this a login or a sign up.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't work. And then like, yeah, we can isolate this, but doesn't work. The only issue now is that this broke. I'm just gonna create a mess. What is it talking? Wait, what? What type of error is this? Oh, it's due to the, that's fine. It's due to the cache. Yeah, I know how to like, basically the good way to fix that, by the way, would have been, I could have um, added all these prompts externally here and then type it correctly. And then here we just spread the prompts,
Yeah.
but we're short on time. Were you able to spot anything else during the review?
Nope. I think all is fine.
Oh, and then where did I paste that list? Okay, I'm gonna list things for them to test. Let me know if you see anything else that might be worth testing that might get affected by this. Well, test sign up and login. Yeah, I need this to build before I can show it to you. Do I? I don't. I can show it to you now. So this is what we do there. We go to, and let me know if you see this. You go to connections, you go to sources, you go in this case to staging server, and you go to debugger. Let me send this to you guys. Then account created. This doesn't add. I'm gonna send this to you. Filter by account created. And then basically every time we create an account, say it again.
I think that Carlos said that he will record, so just asking him if he's recording or.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
So every time we create an account, it'll show up here. It might be like a couple of seconds delayed, but it will show up, right? So let's give it a try. Nope, not that one. This one. And now I'm not going to have any UTM forums for now. Oh, I need to also send you guys the UTM one. And the UTM stuff, we're only concerned with contestants. Like you don't like the UTM stuff doesn't apply to VIP signups. Yeah, you should still double check that VIP signup works. I guess that's not really tied to my changes. It should be fine. Cool. So I signed up. We're hoping that we'll see account created here. Yep, account created came in. And then you press here, you press on raw, and we're looking at these properties, right? So like, for example, we see, and since like many of you might start doing this, like the email will help you to identify that this was your user, right? So there's some personal information here. Now let's see what happens if I'm dealing with UTM. So I'll come here, show, and sign up. See what we get here. You don't need to delete this, by the way. I just know after what event account created happens. That's why I'm deleting it so I can know where we at. Cool. This is the old one. Is that why it didn't work? But just to make sure, like what we're expecting here once it launches, we'll have the UTM params present here, right? I didn't check this part yet, so I'm hoping after deploy it'll work fine, but let's see. It'll be somewhere here. Well, I'm hoping it'll be somewhere here. Let's see. See if the new one. Oh god damn it! This failed again. Why? What the hell? Sorry guys, give me 1 sec. Let me figure out. It's keep failing to push.
I think you need to put that in inside use effect.
Which one did I not put?
I see you using window. Are you
Yeah, but I don't
directly?
know where. I didn't add any window related stuff. Is it inside
I
of the button, the homepage
I
button?
think you might be using browser code in the server. Let me check the PR again and verify.
Yeah, I don't know where. And locally it doesn't. Locally it passed for me. What the hell?
Yeah, is it the get URL? Did you shift the get URL stuff?
Mm, No, I added like that, like on purpose. I didn't touch anything from the old ones. Everything else is new.
Looks like the get URL, like
Which one?
uh oh, the file homepage register button.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we calling that function there automatically.
This guy?
Yeah, why we so so it means if this thing is rendering in the backend, the window is gonna be required.
All right, because I copied this from here. Let me see. Oh, Jesus, what do I do with that? Because I copied this from here, but my guess is that this is only
What is the
rendering. This is probably only rendering at on the client or something. Does it have a suspense around it?
yeah, I think it's the render. Use callback there, right? They use callback render.
Yeah, yeah. It's the homepage header. No. So this, you're saying this doesn't run basically, that's why? Let me see, what if I do full suspense? Fix this?
Yeah. Yeah, should work.
Does this mean that those buttons won't show up on time? Let me see if this builds first. Maybe I can put this inside of the button, just wrap the link. Worst case scenario, we'll do
I think we are still calling the function though.
well, yeah, it depends on,
Let's calculate the get URL in a use effect instead.
can I do a use callback?
Let's do a state and a use effect. Call that
Let
inside.
me try real
Do
quick to use callback and then yeah, worst case scenario we'll do that. The issue with that is I don't know if the text change is gonna cause an issue now. This might work because it wants to try to do this.
Yeah, I think hooks on
Let
be
me
called.
see. Yeah. Let me build because luckily it started failing locally as well on build. Uh, doesn't ESLint call build already?
Nope. It's like static code analysis.
No, I thought our script for yarn lint calls, well, make sure that the build is there. No, this didn't work. I can do if type, well, I don't know why I didn't do that
Don't
from
work.
the get go.
I think put it
No, oh, it'll
in
work. It'll work just fine. I can say if type of window is undefined, return path, sign up.
I think some of the servers return a window.
Well, if
So
it returns window, then this won't be undefined, right?
you can try the build and check.
Yeah, yeah.
Might fail again because it's gonna complain that window is not there.
Oh, I'm not checking if it's there or not though, because like if it's not there, then this will be undefined.
Hmm.
Technically, we can wrap this into a what is it called? Um, server only. Yeah, that passed. Does it still show any errors? No. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, I don't like it because if you're doing that, then the button shows up late, then you need to do the suspense with the placeholder.
Yeah.
What's happening? What the hell? Hmm.
Is the building?
It built, passed. It passed. Let's see if. I know what you're talking about, by the way. Like if I'm trying to figure out when was that a problem. If you're trying to do type of window, I don't remember. I don't remember where that was a
I've had
problem.
an issue where if I
Yeah, I
try to,
remember. That's exactly when I created that. There's a component called client only that basically guarantees that it'll only renders on client, but I don't remember because like this still runs through that actually. It just like in this case, um, this just returns this, so it just shuts off because like it's still a valid thing.
Mhm.
But if this was returning something corrupted, I think that's when it starts showing errors. Like you need to make sure that this still returns something meaningful.
Yeah,
The only thing I don't remember is this gonna act correctly or is it gonna mess up the thing, the URL? Let me see if I can check it
I think it
locally.
should be fine.
Then I also yeah, that worked. Okay, ATM is going through as well. Seems like I just need to wait for deploy. And guys, once this is deployed, once you start testing, try to approach it in a way where like cover the big things, make sure everything's fine first, and then like 2, 3 UTM checks. If that looks fine, let us know. We'll start to deploy while we're testing like the intricacies of the UTM. Um, so the order will be make sure the pages are fine, make sure you're still able to sign up and whatnot. Make sure you're able to sign up with UTM and they show up. And then we'll start the deployment while we're waiting for you to test um, like the details of what if one thing is missing from UTM, what if 2 things are missing, so on and so forth. Yes, let me do that now. And the one that I'm sending you is like a one instance of that, and it's an instance of we have everything that UTM can have. Well, test without the UTMs, test with the UTMs, test partial UTMs. That will give us an idea if like, okay, sign up didn't suffer, right? And then since this is also tied to login, while you're signing up, also do check login, like just regular login. The UTMs have nothing to do with the login. Landing page, basically just make sure it's generally looking okay and all the buttons are working. So the only changes that were done were to this button, this button, this one, and this one. Like when you come here, it should have the UTM correctly, and then competition to join is another thing that you need to check. Like one example is like you see here, it's icon, sure, that was the default. And then when I press on shades of gray, did I have my UTM prompts? And then for all of this, we're checking with like with UTM, no UTM, and partial UTM. And yeah, you see it's like correctly shades of gray here, so we're set. Yeah, for your basically just to make it easier for you to read, because like this is like you don't know where it starts or it ends. Like yeah, you can check it here. This is another thing. So like this, we're hoping that this matches what we have here, but we don't know for sure, right? So this is what we'll send to the server. So it might be the case that we might have a bug where UTM medium is in prompts, but we're not grabbing it here, for example. And then another important thing is when you come to this page, so there is a difference between I come to this page and like what I grabbed here versus if I'm on this page and I refresh what I grab here. So both need to be tested as well. No, so you refresh and you like you see that whatever UTMs were showing up here before the refresh are still showing up. And then, yeah, and then the other thing is come to the login page, paste the UTM prompts. Everything after slash, like basically, if you want to test the login, you can come here, you can grab this portion, put it like this. Oh, I messed up the login part. I need to also get rid of this and then go to register. Make sure that you see here in this case, the UTM prompts are not in the URL, but they're here. And then if I refresh, they'll be gone, and that's normal. Yeah, they're also gone on console. So basically what we're doing is the following, just to give you an idea. So if they exist here, we grab them from here, right? So like in case of the sign up page, all the buttons do forward the UTM prompts here. But if we're on login and we come to register, we check, it cached the page. That's fine too, by the way. If you do like back and forth and it like doesn't have it, it's fine as long as like a fresh going there with that. So like in this case, when we come here, UTM params are here. And the reason why they're there is I check two things. I check to see, do the UTM params exist in the URL? If they don't exist, I check the URL that I came from. If those exist there, I grab them from there. Yeah, so I'm saying login, but technically, and let me see if this is gonna work. Oh, except that I can't go from google.com to our website. Yeah, like technically any page that you're on, if you end up from there to sign up and that previous page had the UTM params, you won't see them on the URL, but you'll see them in a console. And it's deployed. Let's see. So if I go to Maxim Show, we have the UTM, good. Go to register. Here's my Hopefully they'll appear here. Yeah, and that's like one of the main things. You see, account created here. We had CLID, and this is it's similar to UTM. It's not really a UTM, but we're treating it as a UTM. So this FB CLID was here, and it was in a URL as well. If you take a look, and then we have the UTM campaign, we have the UTM content, medium source, term, and so on and so forth. So this was a success. This is what we're hoping for. Cool. Yeah. And the entire purpose is this thing from here gets forwarded to Facebook, and Facebook is saying, oh, okay, so I gave these things when I was doing the advertisement, and now I see that my advertised user registered. So they can track like how many of the advertised users end up creating an account. Well, it's analytics plus like advertisement related stuff, right? So like that's what I thought. I thought this is analytics, but it turned out that their pricing models vary differently depending on how many of their users from advertisements are end up signing up. And you know, Facebook also does their internal thing where like they can see this and they're like, okay, this demographic of women from this certain region in this certain age have a higher chance of signing up. So let's start advertising towards them. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. I don't know all the intricate details, but basically the purpose is to indicate how are advertisements converting to signups. Okay, that's pretty much it. Any questions for this part? Because everything else is ready. We can start testing stuff. Good.
I just had a question from the sorry
Sure.
for the landing page. We have like several register buttons there. I know we can test that clicking on that will show the URL with the UTM parameters, but should we complete the register the entire flow for all of the buttons?
No.
Just
All the buttons do the same thing. Like basically think of it
okay.
like this. So you're testing the buttons to make sure that the UTM params reach sign up. But like from that point on, that's why I added the console, right? So like once you test it for like, and there's 3 variations of buttons. I would say just in case, being paranoid, but still worth it. Test it like test one entire flow per button type. Button types being there's 3 types here. This is different. This button is different. This button
Okay,
is
and then
different, and this button is different. The rest are the same with this guy.
the first one. Okay.
Yeah. And you can do like, you know, during testing, you can try to vary. Like, for example, remove the, not the UTM medium, well, not the UTM source, but like try to remove the UTM medium for one of the buttons, try to remove the UTM campaign from the other, and for the other, like try with everything. See how it works.
However, can we use? I've sent a link in our chat. Can we use that, or will it not work?
This is very similar to what they're doing. The one that I got was from specifically their Facebook, but I think this is what they're doing essentially. The URL that I gave, let me see. So if I do maxim.show, campaign ID is ASDSV, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this.
The URL has to have HTTPS. Sorry.
Then, well, this is terrible. I was hoping this is going to be clickable. It doesn't make a
I think
difference. Like at this point, you
it
need to
doesn't
just
have
copy this
to
somewhere,
like-
which does the same thing.
It doesn't have the Facebook ID, I think. FB.
The FBID doesn't really matter, but yeah, that one is unique to Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, but like this is not clickable, so it doesn't really make a difference.
There's a copy button there.
Yeah, but basically, if you're copying, then you might as well just grab the link that I provided. It does the same thing. Guys, one more important thing. If I have my UTM prompts here and I go to sign up and then I come back here, they're going to be gone. That's totally fine. Or like alternatively, if I go to login, you see they're not transferred. So if I go to sign up from here, they're gone. Totally fine as well. We do have a solution in mind, but that's very, very secondary. We're going to store the UTM prompts in cookies in the future so that we can grab it. Even if you close the page, come back, we'll still have the UTM prompts. Anything else? Cool. Calypso, just in case if Justin's here, I think he's gonna be traveling, but just in case if he's here, can you please post on production release channel that we're almost done with testing. We're testing the new UTM implementation, and then we're gonna launch.
Okay, no problem.
All right, guys, please, as soon as you see a bug, let me know. I'm gonna be gone now for 20 minutes, but I'll be back shortly. Tag Calypso as well, just in case if he can help. Yes. Yeah, and then no matter if you're finding bugs or not, like in 30 minutes, put a report so we know if everything looks fine for now. We'll start the push while you guys are still testing stuff.
So Rehovo, you said the channel, is it the deployment process? I don't see the prod thingy. Which channel should I use?
It's the deployment progress, I believe.
Okay, okay.
The one
I've
with a
been
lot of GitHub messages that I desperately need removed. This
okay.
became into a mess.
I'm commenting. I see you're typing.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Yeah, this channel, I don't know. Is it too noisy or is it just me, Calypso?
That's noisy.
Makes it super easy to miss messages.
Can we drop off and start testing?
Yeah. You guys are good to go. We have everything set. I'll be back in about 20 minutes.
I guess.
hmm Entirely up to you. Basically, the reason why I was doing that is, let me bring that back. It basically just removes everything else, so you can like concentrate on just account created. Um, I personally was removing it because I was like being impatient and I want to see like how close it is to send account created. Because I know it's like photo uploaded and then there's an identified, then there's an account created. So I know where to expect it, but entirely up to you. It's just like once, Anerta and Philip start doing this at the same time, there's going to be a lot of noise. So filtering it by account created helps, but you don't have to. Well, it have nothing to do with the competition. It so happens that when we sign up, we also sign up for a competition, but account created event gets fired up when you just sign up. Like at sign up point, it also dispatches this analytics. No, account created happens at the point of sign up, which happens after you enter the OTP. Yes, you need to do a full sign up. Like as soon as you enter the OTP and you go to onboarding, give it like 5-10 seconds and it'll show up. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. See you.
Bye.